Hey everybody, Chris here. Are we seeing a Dogecoin and Bitcoin turnaround? And what about that little drop this morning when the US employment numbers came out? We're going to talk about all that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. I'll be live again Friday afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock East Coast time. We'll be starting. A lot to cover as we end the week and go into the weekend. How is everything looking to be trading this upcoming weekend? We're going to cover all that in the live stream, but for now, we are seeing recovery across the crypto market after the last few days of drops. Let's get into it. Let me show you the news and the charts. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart at 33 cents. That's right, Dogecoin now trading right at 33 cents after a bit of a drop earlier this morning. We'll talk about that in a minute, but first we want to take a look back at the past day or so of trading. And this is what we were showing on the chart as we were live on Thursday evening, looking at 3 drops in the price of Dogecoin, each successively lower. And that was all leverage flush. We had the original big leverage flush. We had additional and then a third drop. And look at Bitcoin chart. It's exactly the same. That's right, Bitcoin. Big initial leverage flush, a second and then a third even lower as Bitcoin went all the way down to 91.2. We were identifying more leverage lower down to 89.9, but that has not happened yet. Instead, there was a recovery back up and then a retest of this downward sloping resistance line, then moved higher. And then when the US unemployment numbers came up, this morning, there was a quick drop, again, flushing out new leverage, and then right back up. And this move right here, also on Dogecoin, of course, all the way down to 32.1 and then back up over 33 cents. Again, Dogecoin followed Bitcoin, broke up over the downward resistance line, came back, retested, and moved forward. Very strong move. So what is this morning? Well, someone asked last night, and again, you guys got to follow me on X. You guys got to follow me on X, at ChrisPax. This is what I'm doing when I'm not doing live streams and videos. So as far as this morning's drop in Dogecoin and Bitcoin prices after the US unemployment numbers were released, this is what I forecasted yesterday. This was not a surprise. And yes, yesterday, I was replying to Stone Marshall, who asked about, what about the unemployment numbers that come out? And I said, if the unemployment numbers are bad, even if faked, it would probably have an immediate reaction down. But longer term, I think most know there's not much correlation between these reports and crypto. We usually see the prices recover back quickly. So that's what I said last night. And sure enough, this morning, that's what we had. The numbers came out. There's an immediate drop down. Again, that's flushing out all of the new leverage that's being used as the price goes up, because those degen traders, they want to ride this up with 5x, 10x leverage or whatever. So this gives a great opportunity to flush that out and then move back up forward. Again, as predicted, not a surprise, guys, not a surprise. Everybody was freaking out a little bit ago this morning, and I'm just like, guys, relax. Let's look at the bigger picture. So what is the bigger picture, and what does this look like? Bitcoin. Yeah, so Bitcoin had registered 14 green hourly candles in a row with that recovery after 1, 2, and 3 drops. And then that recovery looking very strong. Of course, we did have the little drop right after this, but now starting to move back up. So that looks strong in the immediate. We zoom out, though, and Gel is saying, look, we zoom out back to 2021. What did we have? We had chop. We had a rise. We had a mini chop. We had a rise. We had a mini chop. And then another rise. We got an extended chop, a rise, a mini chop, rise. And we had this extended chop through the summer before this immediate rise, and then another chop. This is how Bitcoin trades in a bull market. We saw it in 2021. We see it here now into 2025. Are we going to see a double top like this? where we get another run up through the spring, and then we're going to have a drop in the summer, and then higher in the fall. We'll be watching that. We could see that. Bitcoin moves up higher in the spring, and then has an extended chop period through the summer, and then moves up again in the fall. We're going to be watching for that. See what happens there. Trader Tardigrade said, look, this is how Bitcoin trades in a bull market. And since the end of 2022, after the FTX drop, you could have bought Bitcoin at 15,600 there. Each time Bitcoin moved up, it formed a bull flag again and again and again, and even now again, another bull flag. We are in a bull market still, guys. And this is what I think is happening as well. We will see another move up. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price, the MVRV indicator shows a cycle top has not yet been attained. So CryptoQuant is looking at these figures here and saying the 100-day moving average of the MVRV Bitcoin not yet reached the top of this cycle. So a lot of technical indicators still pointing to more move up, similar to what we had in 2017, similar to what we had in 2021, and we have not reached that yet in 2025. And of course, Raoul Pal says, we're still in the banana zone. That's right. And we talked about that yesterday, and I retweeted Raul's thing on X here that Raoul Pal says, yes, still in the banana zone. Banana zone phase 1 was the breakout last year. Now consolidation, similar to what we had in previous cycles, and this won't last long. So we talked about it during the live stream. Raoul says he's now calling it phase 1 and phase 2. Now, initially, it was all like one big move up, but we are seeing this chop here from the FOMC meeting back on December 19th, right before Christmas. Thanks for the Christmas gift. Jerome Powell dropped the market, sustained low through the Christmas and New Year holiday before starting to move up again. And then we get into this zone where we just continue to have this, these leverage flushes here. So this was the drop, and this is on altcoins now for Dan Crypto Trades. So we had that dump there after the FOMC, and even on altcoins. So this is our chop zone here. This is our chop zone for alts. Are we going to see this then move up out of this chop, and we're going to have the banana zone, or what Dan's calling the euphoria or mania phase for alts? So we will be watching that going forward as well. Sentiment readings favor Dogecoin. We had Cardano led a market bump last night. The social sentiment is turning around. So we talked about that yesterday, that sentiment was bad. See how quickly things can turn around, though, as soon as you start seeing green in the market. This move up, and then, as expected this morning, after an initial drop right at 8:30 this morning, as predicted, and then we start to move up again. The sentiment begins to look better. What does Trader Allen say? He's looking at the MACD, the golden cross approaching on a 4-hour chart. We see the crossover, that it's going to turn from red back to green. We've seen this before happen, particularly after a golden cross. We had a little upward movement, and then the big move up. So that's what happened just on January 1st. Are we looking for something similar to happen? An initial small move and then a big move up? Is that how Doge is going to perform with similar results? We will be watching that as well. Could we get another endorsement from Elon Musk? Will this skyrocket the Dogecoin price? We've talked a lot about catalysts and specific catalysts for Dogecoin, and that's how Dogecoin is going to then outperform Bitcoin, which we said 4 years ago. Crypto analyst predicts Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin in 2025. And of course, you know that I've been talking about that since September. And here we are, saying the same thing. This was Master Kenobi pretty much saying the same thing. I think it was right after I said it, but that's okay. We're on the same page here. And how is Dogecoin going to outperform Bitcoin in the ongoing market cycle? Well, this is going to be, most likely, it's going to be something happening with this guy. Something's going to happen with this guy. We know we have the Department of Government Efficiency starting on January 20th, the inauguration day of Trump and this new administration. Flush out all of that bad Biden stuff. The DOJ saying that you can sell all of that Bitcoin, nothing holding that back. Is Biden really going to do that right in these last 10 days before the inauguration? That would just be like a big FU to the crypto community. Is he really going to do that? That would just be so bad. Where things are really starting to look good. So the whales, though, are loving it. The whales are loving the dips. They continue to buy more on the dips. So is there a persistent accumulation trend among the largest holders? Does that continue to happen with Doge? And will Doge revisit its previous all-time high? So Elon Musk's enhanced influence and direct involvement in the Doge initiative, his engagement has sparked renewed optimism about Dogecoin overcoming key resistance levels. So at the time of this writing, Doge price around 33 cents. And the RSI is right at like 46. So the RSI is like neutral here. It can go either way. And that is a good sign from where we were when we had that huge early December rise in the price of Doge. Well, that was in November, actually. We were way flushed, RSI way overhead in that initial run. But then when we had that sort of gradual sideways, even though it was still going up, we did notice the RSI was drifting down, which was a good bullish sign. We knew there were going to be some dips along the way. It dipped a little more than I thought it would, back down to 30 cents with one flush below. But here we are again, coiling up for the next run up. If the bulls mount more pressure, Doge price could revisit the all-time high seen in 2021, that's 73 cents, which could surge by more than 54% from here. Conversely, a drop below current support levels might see it retreat to a lower threshold, still around 28 cents on a fallback if we see that. So that's where we are right now with Dogecoin. Give the video a like, leave a comment below. What do you think about this price action? Also, this kind of curious, Bitcoin versus Doge, kind of doing the same exact thing. And what's it going to be for Doge to break out of that following Bitcoin trend and moving up higher? We're going to explore more of that during the live streams. Also, what's happening with other altcoins as well. Always like to know what you guys think. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.